I still would have a problem with them for the very fact that the evils of the Berlin Conference gives them the authority over territories which are colonially designed, not ethnically practical and possible. So if you should walk around right now, Swaziland, for example, in as much as I give them an exception, you have Swaziland right into Mpumalanga, into Witbank, Swazis, genuine Swazis, Khamenis, Fakutses, Nisis, full. They still go to Swaziland for their ceremonies and etc. You get to Lesotho, whole of Free State, from Bloemfontein, right up into Senegal, coming up into Bethlehem and Kwakwa area, huge vast sums of land, which the white men, of course, pushed the king away and they claimed these lands. And now the king is sitting on the mountain there and his people are outside. They still go to Lesotho for ceremonies and etc. Interesting that the Lozis, the Bembas and the Tongas who find themselves in Namibia, in Angola and in Zimbabwe would still be crossing the river Zambezi to come and celebrate their festivals in Zambia. Same thing with Malawi. I hear there's a king on the border who lives in one side of the country and he crosses over to the other side of the country to administer to his people there. So when you begin to look at this kind of leadership that we had, I would want firstly to say, had the white men been aware of our cultural boundaries, maybe the political boundaries, and I'm happy when you get into your geography books, they give you what they call economic borders.
Yes.
They give you what they call political borders. Then if you keep on looking, they even give you what they call cultural borders, as I'm saying it right now, that if you should trace the history of the Tongas along the Zambezi escarpment, from the great Chobe rivers up in Namibia, into Mosiatunya, into Binga, into the southern part of Zambia, into Mozambique, capturing a bit of Malawi, and you look at all that place, had they known that this is where the Tongas were, and they had clustered people almost maybe in ethnic groups, it would have been better. But to put your line across someone's kitchen, someone's bedroom, you just draw a line. Literally, they took a ruler in some certain cases and literally put a ruler across. So you need a passport to go to the toilet, and you need a passport to go to the bedroom. It's not practical. Let's firstly maybe just put our heads across that. That in as much as our governments are enjoying these divisions, oh, there's President so and so, there's President so and so, the very borders that create countries are not legitimate borders. They are political borders, colonial political borders. It's a simple cut and dry. You cannot even talk about the vendors who are found in Zimbabwe and found in parts of Namibia and found in South Africa, right up from Berengwa, Matopo area, into the Chilidzini, PPD, Toyando, into Luhitrikad, and capturing right into Panda Maria, coming all that area. And those are vendors. And you find Mapunguke is here, which is a great stonework in Mapunguke. You find it Zimbabwe is over there, same structures. You find Domboshaba in Botswana, same structures. You cross over into the plains of the Zambezi escarpment, into Torashanga and northern parts of, and you'd find a similar culture of architecture, with the great Zimbabwe as the greatest and the biggest of them all. Now, how can you come around as a white man and you fail to see that this is one community here that is living in a certain way? So that now you find that there's a border that is separating Zimbabwe and Botswana, there's a border separating Zimbabwe and South Africa, and then they chip over that other end. So we cannot glorify our enemies. And in our midst of our education, we begin to appreciate and fantasize ourselves around colonial borders. And we forget that, number one, what unites us is not just unity. What unites us, number one, is one piece of land. It's one piece of land. What unites us are our rivers that don't respect the political borders.
Right.
What unites us is our languages that tiptoe across mountains and echo in the valleys and cross over rivers. What unites us is our fashion, where we dress. The Zulus in South Africa, the Zulus in Zambia, the Zulus in Malawi, Zulus in Mozambique, the Ngungunyanes, the Mtetwas, the Kumalos. What unites us is our very color, complexion, Muntu. What unites us is our food, textures, our rhythms, or bits or cultures or celebration. And to look at all these things that seem to constantly jump across every border. Every time you talk about Tanzania, you forget Tanzania, Tanganyika. These are the Great Lake regions. Tanganyika, as they used to be called.
Right.
Which included Waganda, which included Rwanda, which included Kenya, Serengeti, which included Tanzania, which included parts of Maponga, which included then in even parts of lower parts of Malawi itself, like Nyasa. And you put all this Great Lake region in one thing. And then you come around, even right now as we're speaking, there's a big war between Malawi and Tanzania, Tanganyika, over the Great Nyasa Lake, where when they were drawing the British, then they took the map and they went into Tanzania and then drew the line and etc. And Tanzania is saying, no, the line should have been straight.
Right.
Now here are African leaders now arguing over what a white man agreed on. No, he put the line on the wrong place. So when you cross that line, you're now in my land. But who put that line in the first place? Before the line was put, what were we? Our fishermen used to cross over this whole lake from the left and to the right.
Right.
Eating, working, playing,